Tigers take game one with the White Sox 5-1. Niko Goodrum spurred things on his 6th career 4-hit night. What allowed you to stay in such a groove here tonight, Niko?
Just keeping it simple. Not trying to do too much. We got a scouting report, of course, on Keiko and what he liked to do. So just sticking to a plan and my approach that I wanted to go against him with, and it worked out today.
You know what it was? It was a great individual game by you, Niko, but how fun is this winning stuff? That's 4 in a row now.
Oh, it's an amazing feeling. Any athlete will tell you that winning, man, is amazing no matter what you do individually. Getting a W at the end of the night is amazing.
How important was the start from Michael Fulmer and then Daniel Norris, who ends up getting the win, and, of course, the bullpen as well? How important was it for pitching?
It was great seeing those two guys back on the mound, especially Fulmer. Seeing his stuff come back seeing 96 come out of his hand again, and seeing him spinning the ball, and same for Dino. Both seeing them throw that velo. So all around good team win. Pitching did amazing. We hit the ball good. So I'm excited for tomorrow. Yeah,
what was the scouting report on Keiko? It looked like you guys were really staying back, trying to shoot everything up the middle. He throws that cutter in on you, but you guys were staying back on that changeup, and you too, got a couple off the end of the bat, but then you launched one into the bullpen. Is just staying back on everything that he throws?
Yeah, well, I've only faced him one time when he was with the Astros, and I know he liked that changeup. He used that changeup on me out there when he was with the Astros, so I knew he was going to try to work me with that, and I knew the cutter in was going to come, but I just was trying to fight that cutter off and not worried about it because I know he wanted to speed me up on it and go back to something soft. So that's pretty much my approach, that I used against him.
It was a good one.
It sure was. What's the biggest difference in the feeling with this clubhouse and in the dugout with this team from a year ago, do you think?
I think chemistry is huge. We all, actually come together, have a good time in the clubhouse as much as we can with the social distancing going on, and everyone works hard. Everyone is focused. Everyone's locked in on getting better. And like I said, getting that win every night, that's what it's about. No matter what you do individually, everyone understands that the main goal is getting the win.
9-5. It's a lot of fun so far. Thanks, man. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Good job, Niko. That away.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, Michael, Gardy was saying that you went to the dugout after one of the innings and said you got some velo back. How encouraging was that, and when did you feel, whether it was in the bullpen or first inning, did you feel maybe you had a little bit more zip on that ball?
I honestly don't know where it came from. Bullpen before the start wasn't great. I kind of shut it down early, just kind of regather myself and kind of restart. Plus, it was 90 degrees outside, so give myself and Romine a little extra time before we head out. But Romine just did a good job tonight and kind of helping me relax, and kind of got into some trouble all 3 innings basically. But he did a good job behind the plate calling pitches, and just trying to hit the glove, play catch a little bit, and was glad that ball is kind of finally coming back out again. So very happy with tonight.
Do you think any of it had to do with the 2 weeks between starts, maybe a little bit more adrenaline, or just maybe even some rust?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, 5 days ago I threw 4 innings in a live BP, so it's not like I took the 2 weeks off and just had ample time to load up everything I had. But we kind of, this day was going to eventually come. I'm glad it came now. Like I said, Rick and I have been working on quite a bit in these 2 weeks, and I give credit to him for helping me with some things that hopefully we're going to continue forward and just build off of tonight.
And I saw you dropped in some curveballs there to start off a couple of at-bats. Is that a sign of maybe some progress with that pitch or some building confidence?
Yeah, I threw a couple good ones. Kind of got tired kind of later in the innings, but kind of left a few up. But my thing is just to show the speed difference, get them off my fastball slider. Everything's kind of firm right now, and or was tonight, and the curveball is a good kind of mix-in pitch just to drop in for a first pitch strike, and until we can learn how to spin that pitch effectively. So it worked well tonight, I thought. Set up the fastball pretty good as well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Jason. Well, our next question comes from Evan Woodbury from MLive.
Hey, Michael. I was just wondering, to be able to strike out James McCann, who probably is a guy that knows you just about as well as any other hitter in all of baseball, what was that like? And what is it like going against a guy that probably knows you so well?
Yeah, it's tough. Obviously, James has probably caught more than half my starts in my career so far. So he knows me the best out of anybody in the league, and he's had a couple great years with the White Sox hitting, and he's a tough out. He kind of got ahead of him a little bit, and then he didn't really chase any of the sliders. Not that they were good sliders anyway, but he didn't really pull the trigger and got to a deep count with them. I can kind of see his wheels turning a little bit, thinking about what I'm going to throw. And, luckily we got pitch, kind of pulled it a little bit just off the plate, but he chased it. So it's always fun seeing those guys again. And I talked to him a little bit before the game and asked him how his wife and kids were, and everything's good. But it's fun to face old teammates like that, but also you want to get them out. So hopefully he gets out again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Evan. If there are any other questions for Michael, please put those in the chat. All right. That looks like all the questions we have.
Plus, it's my
Michael.
wife's birthday today, so I told her I'd pitch well. So it's happy birthday to Kelsey.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael.
Hey, Daniel, just how good did you feel out there tonight? What was it like to continue to see some velo on the pitches and just have a good outing like that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely felt good. I think, Andy and I have been working in the days since I pitched and sort of made a couple of tweaks, and it was just even going back to my live BP in between, it was like kind of an immediate jump in my stuff and everything. And, more than anything, just knocking the rust off. And so, yeah, it felt good to get back out there and, it felt sharp.
You mentioned that live BP earlier in the week. Was that something where you kind of just needed one instance like that to kind of get things right in your mind, or did you know you kind of had that same stuff again today?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like I said, just in the live BP, it's Andy says something, and then the next pitch, we're both looking at each other like, oh, that's it, And so it's easy to kind of remember that and just take it into every pitch afterwards. That to me, in my opinion, and from my perspective, it's like, well, I just wasn't able to work with him for a month, when I was gone. And then, he makes a quick fix, and then it's back to kind of where I was last year or even better. So.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cody. Our next question comes from Jason Beck from MLB.com.
Yeah, hey, Daniel. Can you take us through that play at the end of the fourth with the you get the carom up, after the ball hits CJ and you make the diving tag?
Yeah, it happened really fast, but no, yeah, I mean, I knew he hit the ball over that way, and so obviously, like, I'm looking to see if I go cover, and you're already moving that way, kind of, and I just see it kind of hit off CJ, and I saw him go down, and then I saw the ball kind of pop up, and so I'm running over, like, thinking maybe it's closer to him and he can flip it to me, or vice versa, like if I pick it up and can flip it to him, and then I just saw him still down, like kind of grabbing his knee. And then I saw the ball had kind of stopped, so I was like, all right, I got to glove it instead of a bare hand. So I just kind of scooped it, and I looked at the runner and thought I could make a play, so I just kind of laid out for it. Yeah.
Is that kind of a throwback to your infield days?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't play much shortstop being left-handed, but yeah, I like being able to run around on the field and everything.
And Gardy said you landed on your shoulder and you were getting it checked out after the game. Did everything come back?
Yeah, no, body feels fine, and I just hit my head pretty good. So they wanted to make sure I didn't have a concussion. That checked out fine as well. So I'm thankful that it wasn't anything worse.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jason. Our next question comes from Trevor Thompson from Fox Sports Detroit.
Hey, Daniel, good seeing you, man. Hell of a game tonight. I was just wondering what Gardy said to you in the dugout after that.
I don't really know. I don't know. I kind of, when I'm pitching, I'm kind of out of it. But yeah, I don't really remember.
Oh, it looked like he had something to say to you after that. But just on that play, how close did you think you were to colliding on that play? Just going all out like that, because it was kind of close at the bag.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think I was going to run into him or dive into him. I just knew I was going to have to reach for the tag. So, yeah, I mean, I basically just wanted to lay out and see if I could beat him before he got to the bag.
You seem to have slowed down a beat on the mound tonight as well. What was into that, and what did you feel best about as far as your comfort level on the mound tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely felt comfortable. I think the first, last week or however long ago it was, I was just amped up to be out there. It'd been a long time. And then just being able to work with Andy in between and kind of getting my mechanics dialed back into where I felt last year. And, yeah, it was a quick fix. And, yeah, it feels good coming in my hand right now.
Nice job, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Trevor. We'll go back to Jason Beck from MLB.com.
Just a quick follow-up, Daniel. What's the level of concern in the clubhouse with Crone after watching him? Not just with the injury, but the way he hobbled off.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, anytime somebody gets hurt or has to come out of a game, you're super concerned. So far, we haven't heard much. I'm just hoping it's nothing serious. And he's obviously a huge bat and a great guy in our clubhouse. So, yeah, prayers up for him for sure.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Jason. Our next question comes from Tony Paul from the Detroit News.
Yeah, Daniel, you mentioned it. You mentioned it a couple of times. It was a quick fix with working with Andy. Can you give us any insight into what that fix might have been?
Sorry, can I cut out a little bit?
You talked about how that was kind of a quick fix with working with Andy. Can you give us any insight into what that fix was?
Yeah, totally. I think, after the surgery I had a couple years ago, I was really focusing on getting my stride length back just from the groin. It was kind of holding me back. And kind of last year in spring training, Zim and Greeny and Andy, all those guys were like, I think you need to shorten your stride. You're trying to get too long. And so I started focusing on landing on my toe instead of my heel, and it helps me get over my front side. And so I think I feel strong now in my groin, and I almost sort of reverted back to old mechanics, thinking I was, there at that point, or at this point. And, Andy kind of mentioned something about just getting back on my toe. And literally in that bullpen, all of a sudden the ball was really coming out. And then that live BP there, I was last week, I was, throwing quite a bit harder than I was even in the game. And so, yeah, I just took that out to tonight, and it was, right there.
It was really nice the way you got your fourth straight win tonight. Norris and Fulmer gave you exactly what you wanted. And then the bullpen was solid, and Niko and Jones and Candy had good nights at the plate. What aspect of the win do you feel best about?
Well, we hung in there with a tight ball game, and we came up some big runs late, some good swings and some big plays. Defensively, we made the plays pretty decent. I just think that it's one of those grind them out type of games. We're facing a very, very good pitcher over there, and he was good. And Cooch, he had us chasing a lot of different things, and we hung in there. And our pitching staff, we went through it. Michael threw the ball great. His velo was up, which was really exciting, and Danny came in and did his thing, and then we just went by committee out there, tried to get them in the right places, and knowing that Farmer's not here, we stuck Soto in that spot. He got 4 big outs, so it went pretty good, and it was a nice win.
It was a nice win, but you lose Crone along the way. Can you update us there? And if he's going on the IL, is there a move that goes with that?
Well, he just got hit on the knee, and he's being checked out. We went to the doctors, and they're looking at him, and that's all we got right now. We'll wait and see.
On that same play, Norris made a heck of a play at first. What did you think of that play?
I thought he about killed himself. He landed on his shoulder, and you never know with Danny. He wants to be out there so much, and he just said, I'm fine. But we noticed a little something, throwing. So he was beat up. I mean, he hit the ground hard. A heck of a play. And that's kind of who he is. He tries to make plays. So we're checking him out. He says everything's fine, and the doctors say everything's fine. The trainers checked him out. So he's fine. We got him in and out and didn't want to risk anything farther than that. But he threw the ball good. Came in and did a really nice job.